Now, the other day on the show, I said that if Trump is smart politically, he'll attempt to run to the left of the Democrats in the general election. Now, he's done this before, and it was crystal clear against Hillary. On the Iraq war, he tried to be to her left. On outsourcing and the trade deals, he tried to be to her left. There were a variety of issues where he was like, no, I'm going to outflank you and seem more populist than you are. Now, fundamentally, as president, he hasn't followed through with that populist talk and with the anti-war stuff. He's increased the wars. But we're coming back around to election season now. So yesterday was the Super Bowl, and Donald Trump released an ad, had an ad as a commercial during the Super Bowl, and look at what he went with.
I'm free to hug my family. I'm free to start over. This is the greatest day of my life. My heart is just bursting with gratitude. I want to thank President Donald John Trump. Thank you.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
I'm going to make it plain for everybody right now. That was a good ad. That was a fire ad. Do not underestimate this man in 2020. Do not do it. He's not Mitt Romney, dog. He ain't Mitt Romney. He ain't John McCain. He's not going to be a robot who only does exactly what his terrible advisors tell him to do. No, he has better political instincts, and he knows how to read a room more than every Republican advisor that he could have. And he also has that thing where he'll just tell people if he doesn't agree with them, piss off. So he ran an ad during the Super Bowl, which has a left-wing message. The left-wing message, look at this. I freed this beautiful, lovely grandma who was in prison on a nonviolent drug offense for life. Kim Kardashian brought this case to Trump. Trump looked at it and said, yeah, I'll free her. I don't know if he pardoned the sentence or commuted the sentence, but she's free. She's out of prison. I gave Trump credit. Everybody with a functioning brain gave Trump credit when he did this. He's also citing the First Step Act, which is criminal justice reform. Now, that really is just a tiny step in the right direction, but it is a step in the right direction, the First Step Act. So he is bragging about left-wing things. He did like 3 or 4 decent things and 112 terrible things in his first term. Turns out he's going to focus on the 3 or 4 good things that he did. That's what he's going to do. Do not underestimate this man. And this is why it has to be Bernie versus Trump. If it's Biden, Trump could just outflank him on his left or seemingly outflank him on his left on like every issue and run circles around Biden. And Biden's barely coherent. It could be a crushing victory for Trump if it's Biden versus Trump, man. I think he's a big favorite if he's up against Biden. And when he's up against Bernie, let me ask you a question. How's he going to outflank Bernie on his left? Okay, so I just told you this is a wonderful ad, a beautiful ad. It's going to help him because everybody with a functioning brain has sympathy for this woman who was going through hell, and Trump did the right thing. The same day that this ad was released, Bernie Sanders did a rally. In the rally, Bernie Sanders said, on day 1 as president, I'm going to legalize marijuana in all 50 states through an executive order. Who's outflanking who? So Trump, great. Trump freed a nonviolent drug offender who shouldn't have been in there. Wonderful. What about the thousands that are still in there? You going to do something about that? Oh, you didn't do stuff about that. Okay. Well, Bernie will. And Bernie will legalize, tax, and regulate marijuana at a federal level on day 1. Take it off the controlled substances list on day 1. Go ahead, try to outflank that. And let's say Trump does. Then we get legal marijuana either way. Wonderful. All I care about is the policy. So that was a good ad from Trump. Don't underestimate him. Only Bernie can really take him on. Don't get it twisted. This was clever. There might be some partisan hacks out there who don't want to give credit where credit is due. But this was a clever ad, man. He's focusing on one of the few great things he did, the thing that's really not debatable, and he's pumping that out there. So the MAGA crowd is going to love it because they love everything he does. But even people who aren't in the MAGA crowd are going to go, well, on this one, that's true. So how do we beat that? We beat that by outflanking it and doing even more positive stuff. Only Bernie can fulfill that role.